Hi everyone, welcome to today's maths where we are going to be building on what you did yesterday and multiplying a 1-digit number by a 4-digit number. Okay, so hopefully that recap yesterday was really helpful for us with that today. Now, first things first, you know the drill. Arithmetic starter to begin with. Have a go, pause me. When you're ready, unpause me and we'll check the answers, okay? Right, hopefully you were able to smash out some of those. I know division, lots of you have been working on, the fractions we've spoken about in class before, and hopefully there were some kind of mental methods for you to try with those as well. So, we'll reveal the answers, have a go at answering them, and if there were any you made mistakes on, perhaps have a look at the way we were doing class and think about what were those marvellous mistakes, and can I see where I went wrong this time, okay? So, yesterday, you were multiplying a 3 and 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. Today, the only difference is we're going to be turning that 2 or 3-digit number into a 4-digit number. One extra step. Easy peasy. Okay, so if we look here, I've got a calculation next to some place value counters which represent it. Why do we think it's useful to set out multiplication in a column? Well, for me personally, I know the column method when it comes to addition and subtraction, but also multiplication. It helps ensure my place value is all in the correct place. It reminds me when I need to carry, exchange, all of that kind of thing. And I think it prevents those marvelous mistakes that we can often really quickly make when we're trying to do too much in our heads. Okay, so if we look here, I've got 1023 times 3. Now, this 0 here, super important. What it represents that there are no hundreds, okay? But also, I like to call my zeros VIPs, very important placeholders, because you guys know that if I say 0, you say holds the place, right? 0 holds the place. Let's remember that. Okay, so I've got my place value columns up here as a little reminder of what I'm dealing with, and place value counters. And Ms. Rutherford showed yesterday how we can use those physically. I know you haven't got them with you, perhaps you can draw them, just again to kind of check your workings out. So if we look at this, I'm going to go for the written method over on the right. So I've got 1023 times 3. I'm going to begin in my ones column, as I always do. I'm going to do 3 times 3, which equals 9. No carrying at the moment. Then I go over to my tens column. I might do a little tick here to show I've done it. My tens column next. Okay, now I've got a 2 in my tens. That actually represents 2 tens, 20. But I'm going to do 3 times 2 tens, which equals 6. Okay, again, no carrying. Now, I've got 0 hundreds. If I do 3 times 0, the answer is 0. I need to put it in. It's a very important placeholder, okay? So in it goes. And finally, 3 times 1 in the thousands. I think we can do that one. 1. The answer is, don't you forget, I know you always get me when I forget my comma. The answer is 1069, okay? Now, that didn't look too different to what you did yesterday, right? The only step is we then go into the thousands column too, all right? I've got a feeling you are absolutely going to smash it today, all right? Let's take a look at another question. Now, this is a slight mixed kind of a word problem, a nice short one. So we've got Annie earns £1,325 a month. How much does she earn over 4 months? If I were to highlight, I've got my number there and my number here. How much does she earn over the 4 months? 4 lots. That's telling me that I need to multiply. Okay, so we've got it laid out here. So 1,325 times 4. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to pause me and have a go at this yourself. Now, again, a few reminders. When we're working out, remember to carry if we need to. Remember that a 0 holds the place. It's very important. And remember to think about your place value columns that you're using. What I say, have a little pause, come back to me, and we'll work it out together. All right? Right. I hope you're feeling confident and you're going, do you know what? I have got an answer and I am feeling good about it. Let's have a look. So, again, I start over on the right in my ones column, okay? The same way I would do any calculation. If I look here, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. I told a lie there. Right, so I've got 4 And I'm going to begin with my ones. 4 times 5. Now that is 20. Okay, so we know I put a 0 here to hold the place. And I carry over my 2 10s into the tens column. Okay, now 4 times 2. The answer to that would be 8. But I need to remember I've got my 2 that I've carried over here. So 8 and 2 would be 10. I'm going to put another 0 to hold the place. I'm going to cross this to show that I've used it. And then I'm going to carry over my 1. Okay, you still with me? Next, we've got 4 times 300 as it's in the hundreds column. 4 times 3 is 12. Add the 1 will be 13. Again, I'll cross through that to show I've used it. Put my 3 here. Carry over the 1. Finally, I've got 4 times 1, which is in my thousands. 4 times 1 is 4. Add the 1. We're going to have 5. And then remember my comma, see, all because of you guys. The answer, hopefully, that you got is 5,300. If you got something different, no fear. Have a look. See perhaps where you could have gone wrong. Perhaps it was, you are going to need your times tables here, guys. So perhaps it was your multiplication wasn't quite right there. Perhaps you forgot to carry. Identify that marvellous mistake. Share it with me if you want. You know I love them. But yeah, see if there was a mistake you made, I would put it down, write it down on your paper. Remember to carry or remember to check your times tables if you need to. Okay, right. Next one then, we've got a little cheeky ape, my fave kind of monkey. We've got a true or false question. The answer is 4,887. So to answer these, there's a couple of things we need to do. First thing is we're going to lay out our ape, and I'm going to do it here. I'm going to put my A here for my answer. I'm going to put my P here because I know my workings out is going to be my proof, right? It's going to say, yeah, either yes or no. And then I'm going to put an E here. Now I'm going to type mine because I think it's going to be a bit tricky later, but we'll use words to explain our answer here. So I'm not actually going to be able to answer yes or no until I've actually done the proof. So I'm going to kind of work backwards, okay? Again, if you want to have a go without me, pause me and then come back and we can try it together. Okay, so let's go through our method. Hopefully we're getting nice and quick with this and we're remembering those steps, remembering to carry, etc. So 1,223 times 4. I'm just going to add my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands here. As I just think for me, it's really useful. For you guys, you might feel really confident with it, but I think it's always good to have a reminder. Anyway. 3 times 4. I know that one, that's 12. So I'm going to put my 2 here. Oh, gosh. Carry my 1. 4 times 2, or 2 tens, is going to be 8. Add the 1. 9. Don't forget to cross out that 1. Oh, I can see straight away then the answer isn't correct. But let's double check as we go through. Again, I've got another 4 times 2, which is going to be 8 in my hundreds column. And then 4 times 1 in my thousands column. 4. So my answer should be 4,892. So, true or false? The answer is, if our workings are correct, false. Now, looking at this, I'm trying to see where the person that did this has gone wrong. They are 5 away from the correct answer. So I'm wondering whether, I wonder whether in the ones they might have added 3 and 4 instead of multiplying them. So the rest of it all looks right to me, but if they added those, they wouldn't have carried and they wouldn't have got that. So yeah, I think they added the ones rather than multiplying. I think my head's going to cut off the word multiplying. Sorry, guys. Rather than multiplying and then forgot to carry and then didn't carry as a result. Okay, so there we go. False. Right. Next question. Okay, so a missing number problem. I've got to admit, these ones always give my brain a little bit of a workout here. All right, so the good thing to use here, firstly, we've got our method. We know we're really confident with that. Starting the ones, moving across, multiplying by that 1 digit each time, remembering to carry. The second thing is we can kind of use our friend, the inverse here. Okay, so we've got our thousands missing on our 4 digit, our ones, and then we've got part of the answer missing. Well, if I look here, I know I've got the first step is going to be multiplying my 1 digit by the ones. Something times 1 is 6. Well, we know any number times by itself. No, any number times by 1 will equal itself. So surely the answer to this must be 6. You got it. Well done. Okay, so in which case that unlocks the rest of the question for us. If we've got 6 here and we're timesing it by 9 in our 10, 6 times 9, that should give us 54. Okay, so I'm going to put my 4 here and I'm going to carry my 5 over. Let's just check if that would fit. I've got 6 times 0 in my hundreds, which would equal 0, but I've got my 5 carried over. That would make sense because I've got my 5 in my hundreds column in the answer. And then 6 times something is going to equal 6. You guys have got it right. 6 times 1 equals 6. So the answer should be 1091 times 6 equals 6,546. If I had more than my 15 minutes on my screencasting limit, then I would show you how we could use the inverse to check that. But if you guys aren't definite, why don't you just have a go at doing 1091 times 6, see what the answer is. Perhaps you can check my answer for me. Okay, right. Final thing then, we've got a little marvellous mistake from Alex. So Alex has said that 1,432 times 4 equals, what is this number? Well, 4, 16, 12, 18, or 416,128. Can you explain what Alex has done wrong? Pause me, have a look. I bet you'll see it straight away. Are you telling me what Alex has done wrong? Let's test it out and see. 1,432, oh gosh, 32 times 4. Well, if we look at the first column, so we'll go with our usual method. Sorry, my lines are going to be a bit wonky donkey. I do apologise. Right, 4 times 2, that's going to equal 8, same as Alex. Then we've got 4 times 3. Now, we know the answer to that would be 12. Do I just put 12 in that column? No, I can't do that, can I? What do I need to do? And therefore, what has Alex done wrong? I need to carry. So I would put my 2 here, carry my 1 over, yeah? And then I would do 4 times 4 is 16. Add my 1 would equal 17. And I carry my 1 over. And then I do 4 times 1 is 4. And then I add the 1 that I've carried, 5. So actually, my answer to that question is 5,728, okay? So if I were to explain what Alex has done wrong, I would say Alex has forgotten to carry when multiplying. She's just put each answer into that one column. When you guys know that the limit in one place value column is 9, right? You can't be putting 2 digits in one place value. That's mad. So hopefully you've spotted Alex's marvellous mistake, and that's going to stop us guys from making that marvellous mistake too. All right. Right. I hope that's been helpful. I hope working through those has showed you that actually 4 digits by 1 is exactly the same as what you've been doing. And we've given you loads of chances to practice here. So this final slide, you can see we have got 9 different fluency questions where you've got a 4 digit times a 1 digit. Now they vary in difficulty. What I would suggest is this. If you are feeling really confident, then perhaps practice 2 or 3, check that you've got the right answers, and then you're good to go. All right, then I would move on to the problem solving and reasoning sheet that we'll have put up on the website. Okay, if you're not feeling so sure, practice again, maybe practice 3, check the answers, and then have a go at some more if you've got any wrong. Okay, the problem solving and reasoning questions, you can just go down the sheet. They start easier and kind of get more and more difficult as you progress. All right, if there's anything you're not sure about, drop me an email. I'll be more than happy to go through a couple more worked examples, but I think you're going to do an absolutely amazing job of this, guys. Okay, so enjoy today's new learning, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.